Okay. Hopefully this will be a quick one. I do I need the M1 for this? I don't think I do. So continuing from the call that we just did, I'll switch this to M1 for a second. Continuing from the call we just did. So we're looking for. Wait, I think there's a way to have both of them at the same time. Bam. Put 1 minute there. Here. There we go. Center the charts. All right, so real quickly, catching up back from the call we just had. Looking for this to trade higher, filling all the imbalances here. I'm not a fan of Monday making the high of the week, so ideally I want to see this get run again tomorrow. So if we're close to that or above it, then it makes it easier for Tuesday to run above that. For the trade idea, as I mentioned, the best trade would be sweeping that low right there, that low. So going into equities open, I had shared, just put your range, whatever that is, and wait for the sweep. Also, in watching the sweep, keep that 50% level in mind. You don't want to see them try to put bodies below there. That doesn't make any sense because this is efficient. Equilibrium is the key level in efficient markets. So now I'm looking for this to trade higher. The line here represents about the top of the range and the what's it called again? Breakaway gap right there. So looking to see this trade into maybe about here. Let's put the order block on and then leave. All right, because we should be trying to leave the efficient range down. So because I'm bullish, I'm framing a bullish delivery out of the efficient range. So there we go. Can I click buy? Okay. I wanted to. Where is? There we go. There. Put it all the way up here. Just to watch it. Back above that equilibrium and I'll take it. So this is just the first position because I wanted to be in right there. But you want to stay above that 50% level to show you that they're leaving the range through the high because it should leave the efficient range. And if it starts breaking down through the low, then that 50% is going to do the opposite of what you want. It's going to be resistance instead of support. So let's see. Next up, 50%, which is 570 right there. I think I have too much things on. Chart looks a little bit messy and hard to read. There we go. So there's that 50% about the red line. It should be worth noting that if you remember the fractal I just shared, then before we even get to that 50% level, or if that level was higher, you'd be watching the open price right here for a close through. And that's when you can start saying, okay, I can take risk. So if we get that close through, I'm going to add in positions. Just being mechanical. So in terms of mile marker, watching it trade to where you want it to go, First thing it needs to do, close through here. Second thing, close through here. If none of those happen, then you don't get crazy and try to do something. Hi. I'm not hearing you very clearly. I don't know if it's on my end. Starlink tends to not behave as best when it's overcast, and it is overcast now. So if the error is on my end, I apologize. So one candle did both of what we wanted. It's far away from where I want to enter, and I'm not the type of person to. I'd rather miss it than chase a continuation, unfortunately. But this would be a nice buy for those who are open to choose. Ideally, I'd want to get it back right here. Just my personality and my own rules. Take it right at the high of that candle. Maybe impatience, maybe a little bit of impatience. Another one for the buns. So now it's closed through here, it's closed through here, and it's retraced. There's nothing else inside here I don't want to see try to retrace to. So next objective now is purely based on that red line. Above the red line, if it starts stalling at the order block as if it can't get above it, trail the stop. Don't even think about it. Don't even worry about it going away without you. If it stalls at this candle, and I'm expecting to be an order block, I'm moving the stop right up to under here. So 20 seconds to go. Target red line, body closure. Who's still showing up on time? Not everybody will get that joke. Stalling. So this is the last candle that I will allow to be here. I don't want it stalling here. And the trail will stop. These lows look round about the same place. So while I want to pull my stop there, I'm aware of that. But I am going to trail a stop if it can, back above the red line. That's my rule. Some persons are cool with that, with this being there. I'm cool with taking a small loss and entering again. Red line, above the red line. Body closure, no wicks. Let me go and make sure everyone is muted. There we go. Right, see, didn't go above here. Trailing my stop to a little bit below the low. It's still early, and I don't want them to be taking this low and take me out. So for some persons, it's okay leaving the stop there. But again, I'm fine taking a small loss before it moves. Expand above the red line. Range high. If it start trying to retrace here, probably cover. That's about 30 points. Anyway. Okay. Expansion in place. Run. This is an idea of immediate rebalance now, for those who knows what that is. So if I had any type of doubt about the setup, I would put something like this on. This wick here, from the start of the wick to the end of the body, that went through it. If I had any doubts in my mind about managing the trade, confidence in the setup, this is what I would use to get that back again. It's not wick to wick. I'm measuring the efficient portion. If the body was above this wick, then it would go full wick. Full wick is the imbalance. The part that the body passed through is the efficient portion. So I'm watching that. Again, this is if I didn't have any kind of confidence in the setup, but I'm confident in the setup. Make it a little bit bigger. Oops. Trying to pull the chart up. There we go. And that's what you want. You want to see that 50 level rejected. So now once it gets above here, I'm going to do the human thing. Cover cost at least. And now focus on the range high. Range high is, I'm going to move the red line. Since you've been here, you know what it means. I'm going to move it to the top of the range. That's my next key level. Watch. That's already 20 points for anybody who was, or anybody who is comfortable with 20 points. Same idea here. Wick, body through, the wick's through. You want to see that immediate push. Immediate push. About 30 seconds left in the candle. That's a lot of time. Some attention to the M5. M5 hasn't printed the immediate rebalance setup yet, so let's be aware of that. And M5 also hasn't printed the fractal, which is the close through here. So we have 2 more minutes, and that's what you'd be looking for. M5 to close through there, and no close through this 50 level. Every time it hits it, you want to see do that. If you didn't have any confidence in the setup, this is what you'd be looking at. Doesn't work. It doesn't just work here because I draw it. It works in all conditions. So you can take that away again from the call today. Add a little bit more mess to the chart. Put the blue line right on top of that. Okay, so looks like this is the M5 high. So focus there. This is where the streamers would say, put some ones in the chat. I'm joking. Just having some fun. I know the best of them would, if he was here, he'd say, guys, can we get some ones in the chat? Daddy. Hey, what's up? Daddy. What's up? Okay. Right, pulling up on the range high. So the logical thing for anybody who's a trader is to go take some out here. I wouldn't manage 1/3 of the position. I take more. So I'm getting ready to do that. You don't have to be as like textbook as me. You can manage on your own way. Just showing you how I do it. I'm not trying to make you dependent. Just showing you how I trade with my own rules. Okay. There we go. Less stress. So now I have covered there. I'm gonna trail this to right at that low. And then as far as what we're looking for next, it's going to be that line there. So if I hadn't covered, I'd cover. So let me go 3. I'll cover the rest of it. This is where I don't want to see go up below, because this is the lowest wick that went into an area that we shouldn't be trying to get back to. So if that makes sense. But you understand what I mean, right? So it's the lowest stop on in the area I don't want to see the market. The choice. So next we take 3 at the black line, and yeah. Merry Christmas. So if you've been in the group and you've never seen me trade live, you can tell everybody how bad I am. Joining late, can you summarize what the red area and the markings on it? I could. Tickles? What tickles? Sorry about that. So all right, let me just quickly do that for somebody who I can't pronounce their name. This area illustrates the overnight session. If you don't know what that is, then wow, I don't know how to. It's an idea that I shared some time ago. So I'm going to argue that everybody knows what it is. At the call we just did before, I explained how to frame and track inefficiencies. This portion is inefficient. So I'm going to move this up to the top of that. That's inefficient. So this is one big range, high to low. That's a range. This is the inefficient portion of the range. This is the efficient portion of the range. So the first thing we discussed was range creation theory. Not many persons would see this as a range, but I'm showing you how understanding points to this being a range, and then what you do with that range based on if it's efficient or not. Okay. So this is the draw. And this is one of 2 trade ideas I framed around the draw. One aggressive and one more, whatever that word is, right? I would have ideally entered here, and this would have been fine. Okay, that would have been perfectly fine with me. I didn't get to enter because the thing was misbehaving. But I shared a fractal. Hindsight, I know it looked beautiful. Everybody liked it. But in real time, I executed on that fractal. So when I said earlier, you have to know when you can do more than 1% on a setup. There, cover there. This is what I mean. Perfection, well, not perfection. An okay setup is seeing a bullish idea print in here. That's perfectly fine. Perfection is when you're following, you're expecting bullishness, and you see A plus bullish fractal. I told you what this was going to be way before it happened. Now that sounds corny. My rules got me in this trade, right? No, I outlined all. I didn't outline this to be looking like this. I just told you that I would rather see them draw to here. So now we've just closed above that. There's nothing left for me to do. If this was a prop account or my account that I'm trading, I'd not have my stop trade here. And if you know me, I don't trail positions like this. But that doesn't mean I don't know that I should. I prefer having my stop right at break even. Give the trade room to breathe, especially in something like this, where once it takes this, as this green arrow is suggesting, they can retrace. So I don't know what else to say besides the fact that this is all logical. This is what it should look like. This is how you plan. So that all those stuff I talked about earlier in the first video. Range creation, done. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. So it was range creation, reading delivery. We read the delivery and we saw that this is inefficient and this is efficient. Tracking imbalances, we tracked imbalances all the way to this candle high. Good. Framing the liquidity. The imbalance here would be quote unquote the liquidity. There's liquidity below here for your entry. I didn't speak on this too much, and I chose not to. Planning, how you plan the setup. Volatility injection makes market moves or expansion fractals. There's no way, there's no expansion fractal there at the time. So you use the volatility injection, which comes in at equities open. So there we go. Volatility came in, did what it's supposed to do, respected the PD areas. In this case, I would have ideally not want to see bodies back below that 50%, but experience will tell you that it's possible to see an order block print right at the level you don't want to see them go beyond. You don't go crazy and start selling here. You know, use this for validation. So now this area or key level is printing a fractal that we talked about. So I'm going to look for it to do what the fractal is supposed to do. Now, if this is bearish, then this is probably going to be like an OLR and then it's going to just tank. Either way, I'm fine because that logic is sound. I don't know if this is going to break down. We really don't need to. We just need to know. These are the mile markers or the things that suggest it's either breaking down or not breaking down. In this case, 50%, this order block, wrecking those, no bueno. That's not bullish. Okay, and that's why I mentioned that if I wasn't confident in the setup, or I didn't know if it was going to tag here and then die, I can track what it's doing by looking at technical factors. When the market runs one-sided and prints a wick, the next time bodies pass through the range of the wick, pay attention to the range of the body itself, not fib the wick like most persons will tell you to do. Fib from the start of the wick to the end of the body that passed through. That's your range of rebalance. That's not something logical. I just said it. That's the range. That's a portion that's balanced. If it's balanced, you treat it like you treat any other balance ranges. 50% is your key level. So if you're bullish and we're above that 50%, what do I want? I want them to reject 50% and go higher. I don't want them trying to close below 50%. That's happening right here, which is why if it's trying to go below here now, then something is wrong. Some persons will trail up to here. That's fine by me. You do manage how you want. But yeah. I think that is enough for sharing an idea, execute an idea live. I shared the rooster singing at no extra cost. So yes, Raidu. So in this case, if that's the wick and the body's passed through, I want to pay attention to the portion of that where the bodies went. So in this case, it'd be from that wick to the bodies right down there. What do you want? 50% rejection. If you'll permit me, I'd like to use a classic line from ICT when he says, folks, listen, folks. Okay, I'm done. Always gets me every time I hear ICT say, listen, folks. I'm like, get him. Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh. It's 9:55 Jamaica time. I'm about to go get up and stretch and have a nice morning. Sorry I'm not able to go through all the chat. If you're in the free Discord, just post it, tag me, give me a couple minutes to respond. And if you're not, and you're out at, I don't know what this was, entry was somewhere around 50. That's about 50 points. Or if you got in later, that's around 40 points. So do enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. I don't know if it's going to be a live call, but same time, same place in the Discord. All right. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. You know what they say at the end of the YouTube videos, all that good stuff. See you.